Welcome back to the Tonya Esquivel Real Estate Show. Thank you so much for all of our loyal listeners for tuning in every Saturday from noon to 1. Special thanks to my co-host, John Bell, real estate attorney, Bell Law Settlement Services. And I want to thank him again for filling in for me during this season for the past couple of months. I'm excited to be back on the show. Might be a little bit rusty, jumping back into it, but I'm glad to be back. Also glad to have Viviana and Eduardo on today with Berkshire Hathaway Woodmont Realty. Yes, right down on 8th Avenue.
Right down from your office.
I know. I'm so much closer now, so that's even a better thing. But I learned so much just off the break. We were talking about Viviana does do a show. It's Radio Luz.
Yes, it's 900 AM is the radio station. Radio Luz.
Okay.
Yes.
I just didn't do the R right with the radio.
You gotta roll it.
Yeah, I know. Okay. And it is from 12 to 1:30. There's a show from 12 to 12:30 that focuses on immigration, laws with immigration. And then the last hour is about everything to do with finances to help the Hispanic community. So just during the break, I'm looking into some things from loan programs, just from having that conversation with you about immigration laws and how much they're changing, and just finding out where some of these clients that have cash, that have the money, are just being bottlenecked and not able to get the processing with some few things. So excited to have you on the show. If anybody's out there listening and would like to learn some of that information around immigration laws, please tune into her show. It's at 9 a.m. on Tuesdays. It's the 900 a.m. It's a Christian radio station, and it's going to be from 12 to 1:30 every Tuesday.
Yes.
And then, Viviana, what is your number, too, in case someone has some questions?
My number is 615-947-3759. And myself and my partner, Eduardo, we are more than happy to help out any realtors that might have any questions on immigration, how it would relate to real estate. Same thing with any banks, lenders. Immigration law, I know we were talking on the break, it's changing so fast. If we don't keep up with what's going on, we can't help our clients. For example, if a client shows up and they tell us, I'm not a resident, okay? I'm not a refugee. I know I can buy a house. I was told I can buy a house with a work permit. Well, a lot of people don't know exactly what is a work permit. It's a work authorization, which obviously they're under some type of immigration process with an attorney, waiting to get or asylum or some type of case, maybe a 10-year cancellation, waiting for their residence. So meanwhile, so they are not illegal, an immigration attorney files paperwork for them, and they receive a work authorization. So they're
Is that while their paperwork's being processed?
Exact. So they might have a work permit which gives them every 2 years they have to renew. Okay. Same thing with our dreamers, our DACAs. Those kids also have a 2-year renewable work authorization. A lot of these people make good money. They now have a social. They're no longer working under a taxpayer ID number. So they're switching everything from a taxpayer ID number to a social. They have credit under their social. They have a driver's license. And they're ready to buy a house.
Does the work permit give you the ability to get a driver's license?
Yes, because a lot of people who have a taxpayer ID number, they pay taxes, John, but they don't have a driver's license. So they're basically illegal. They're paying in
for
taxes.
Roads,
yes.
but they're not going to use them.
Exact. So
how long is the immigration process now taking?
Oh my goodness! For so many people, it can take years. An asylum case can take 5 to 6 to 7 years. They'll go in and out of the court system. They'll have a master hearing. They'll be in for years. It could take 10 to 15 years. And especially if a U.S. citizen is sponsoring, someone in the family or their spouse. If that spouse came in illegally, they have to go back to their country. If they didn't come illegally, they have to go a different route. It takes years. And while they're here and, while they're trying to acclimate to our country and trying to, do everything correctly, they want to also buy a house. They're entitled to buy a house. They're paying taxes.
Right.
All right, we're coming up on a hard break. Any last questions for you? We've only got a couple of minutes left for our wonderful guests. Thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
No, I just thank you guys for coming in for sure, and I think we need to have you on some more, really, because we really just got to.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. And John and Tonya, both of you, John, I haven't known you for that long, but I know, but it seems like longer. I thank you for reaching out and helping the Hispanic community. You, Tonya, I've known you for years, and I know you've always reached out and tried to help our community. I really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm excited to learn more about it and to see if I've got some loan programs to help
yes,
out.
Most definitely.
to help out some of your clients with
yes.
home ownership.
Yeah.
All right, if you're just now tuning in, we're wrapping up the Tonya Esquivel Real Estate Show right here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Here every Saturday from noon to 1. Call our local team of experts standing by at 615-300-0794. That's 615-300-0794. You can also hop onto the website at meettonya.com. That's MEETTONYA.com. And if you've got any real estate attorney needs, please call John Bell, Bell Law Settlement Services. Give them your number, John.
It is 615-840-7444. And I think we've been talking about it a little bit, but we've added an estate planning piece, so anybody looking for a will or needing their...
that is awesome. We'll talk about that maybe next week here on the show. Be sure and tune in next week to the Tonya Esquivel Real Estate Show right here on Super Talk 99.7, and God bless. We need to get a picture.
Yeah.